Hey everybody, I'm Kadin. I'm here with my usual friend Ben and my other friend Josh. Hey. He runs a podcast about comic stuff and like conspiracy theories, I think. And we all got together and drew a ton of Kirby's, and now we're going to watch it.
So I think Josh, you came to us with this idea, or at least an approximation of it.
Yeah, just like come up with a bunch of silly Kirby power transformations. He sucks up, I don't know, an anvil, Stanley, whatever. What does he look like then?
Yeah,
it was a really fun idea. And then I came in and I made it more complicated.
We drew so many Kirby's, so let's get into it.
Yeah, I want to say this is probably some of the most fun I've had with the show.
Oh yeah, it's great. So he's wearing a helmet?
Nope.
What is that then?
It's his hair, man. It's just slicked back in some weird way.
Okay, I see it now. Now that it's not just the lightest of light sketches. Oh, it's Rock Lee. That's who it is.
No.
Yeah, I thought that for a second, but it's not bowl cut enough.
That is a very good guess, though.
Oh, okay, it's Spock. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, there is a theme with my Kirby's. You guys might already know it.
A Dolly Parton Kirby. Who else has hair like that?
Kirby meets Dollywood.
No, Kadin intentionally spoiled me over Twitter as to what his theme is, so
stop googling
I got this
your
one
name.
as well.
Oh, it's it's Starfire.
Hey, no,
yeah.
I follow you on Twitter. What am I supposed to do?
Mute me.
You know you can just block him, Kadin, if you don't want him to be spoiled.
Exactly. Everyone block me on Twitter.
Can't
is
do
this
that.
Predator?
For likes.
Oh, dude, that's a really cool Predator.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah, this is like when I first started spending more time on. You'll probably see it like half a second, but I tried to give him Kirby's little blush. Did not work.
Oh, and Boo.
Boo pretty much is Kirby to begin with, though.
Yeah, but I really wanted to draw Kirby with that face.
Oh, that's good.
I can get
Boo
that.
Kirby
yeah.
is Booby.
And then Boo Kirby would probably have the ability to turn people into chocolate.
And then eat them, unlike the real Kirby.
Any guesses on this one?
Yeah, Metroid? Something? No.
It's like, what are they called from Alien? The face huggers? Is that it?
No.
Oh wait, no, is this the Arbiter from Halo?
Ah. You got it just before the sword. I'll count it.
Yeah, I got it. I can see this being a real Kirby, except for how terrifying it is.
I mean, the world's ready for rated R Kirby, right?
This did make me appreciate Kirby designs more, like their simplicity.
Well, that's something I found with a lot of the newer Kirby designs and a lot of the more human sword-wielding characters they brought in from JRPGs is they just give Kirby like a little wig of the hair. A lot of the classic ones are a lot simpler. I mean, going to Fox and Captain Falcon and Falco and stuff like that. Those are all just very simple, but well implemented in a way that's not just throwing a wig and a gun in his hand.
Yeah. Oh man, these are all really good.
Thank you.
Genuinely impressed.
Yeah, I guess we can just jump right into the next set then, which I think we'll just go with Josh's.
So Josh, you said that you had a theme too, right?
I didn't fully stick with the theme. I couldn't come up with an idea for it for all of the entries, but I'll explain it for a couple of them. Firstly, one of my thoughts was Kirby's a very simple character, so I need to make these whole scenes out of it, or there's more opportunity to just like embellish and add things to it.
Oh my god, I know what you're doing.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, there's a lot of Kirby's here.
Yeah, I mean the main one's the villain Kirby here. I just threw in a bunch to fill out the whole panel, as it were.
Oh man, that would have been cool. Like if you did like one whole scene with all 5 of your Kirby's.
Oh, that would have been clever if I actually integrated them together. No, I have like separate bits for each Kirby.
No, I love this though. This is awesome.
Ooh, dynamic lighting too.
Earth stands no chance.
Oh, the Fantastic Four. Oh, that's great.
Quick little shout out to Invisible Woman's costume is the 4 boob window from, I think it's sometime in John Byrne's run. Sometime.
Oh man, such a tiny detail.
Also, I want to appreciate the body of the Mr. Fantastic Kirby because that was unsettling. So good job there.
I mean, the Kirby's a little circle. He's primed for squashing and stretching.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I feel like I almost recognize this, but I don't know exactly from what.
This is my anime one. No.
Is this like some sort of? It's where is it from?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, tell me.
Okay. It's Castle in the Sky. It's the robots from Castle in the Sky.
That's it. Okay, yes. It's from those big robot-y guys.
Yeah, so they're the big segmented arms, and the eye mask. It's very similar to Rob Kirby actually, but it's just a different shaped eye mask.
Oh, that's really good then.
I did the 3-tiered castle, but throw in the Kirby tree.
Is this like a Smash stage?
Yeah, I realized like when
that's
I was
cool.
drawing the castle in the sky or the island in the sky at a flat angle, it worked perfectly well as a 3-tiered Smash stage. And
Nice.
Oh, now we've got some live action going on here. Look at that.
well, yeah, that's 'cause I used Illustrator for part of this one. I should have used it for some of the last one, honestly. Just with the vector art, but partially trying it out because Kirby's such a geometrical character. But then I like using it for certain things as well.
I can see why. Like every line is perfect.
Yeah, yeah. You just build things very
That's
cleanly.
awesome.
Oh, so my
It's
original.
just so cool seeing this. This is the first time we've actually had a live action time lapse. So it's just like it's cool to see it like art actually coming out of hands for a show where we draw. What?
This is my video game one. If that helps.
Oh, I don't know much about video games. I'm gonna just take a shot in the dark and say Advance Wars.
100%. It's Advance Wars.
Oh, that's great.
Nice. Can't believe I just guessed that. I've never once played any Advanced Wars any time.
That's funny.
What, water cooler Kirby?
You'll see the theme in a second. Yeah, so I'll say my original theme that I wanted to go with for all of them was to make them all Jack Kirby Kirby's. So make them like for the Fantastic Four as a Jack Kirby property, and like
then
go
at
on
the
from
very
there.
end, you do Jack Kirby. Kirby, it's himself.
I was really thinking about that, but I didn't quite stick with it or didn't quite feel confident enough with some of the ideas.
The idea alone is great.
Yeah,
This
that's
was one of the
awesome.
remnants of the Jack Kirby one actually, where Jim from The Office plays Mr. Fantastic in that Doctor Strange movie. So it's having The Office be in some way tangentially connected to Jack Kirby.
Just like minor degrees of separation, but yes. Oh, that's awesome.
And this is my last one, actor.
Okay. Larry David.
Yes, from Kirby, Your Enthusiasm.
Nice. I like to name my file silly things, and I called it Curb Your Enthusiasm, but even I didn't think to actually make a Larry David one.
I've never actually watched that show. I've just seen like clips of it.
I've only
That's a
seen
lot of fun.
I've only seen a few episodes myself, so I just went to the first few season box set cover art and drew from that for the Larry David pictures.
Oh man, that was great. You put a lot of effort into that. I really appreciate that. That's awesome.
That was
glad
fun.
you guys picked this prompt out of the list. It's a lot more fun than I realized to go with. It's too many options for Kirby's, honestly. You can do literally anything.
Yeah.
Do anything, and I saved mine for last because I was wondering if mine might be the most get the most weird with it, and I think it might. So let's have some fun with it.
Ooh, building the anticipation.
I drew 6 so that we could have a nice even number of 16 Kirby's total for some reason. We'll get into that.
What a master showman, Ben.
No, it's gonna be great. People are on the edge of their seats now. So this is Kirby.
Okay. Well, know who that
Zoro
is.
Kirby? Okay.
Listen, One Piece is in a really great spot lately.
It
you
is.
can't expect me to not be thinking about it constantly.
I
Did you
would have
do
been
the chapter
disappointed
today?
if you didn't use One Piece somewhere. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is really good. It's really cute.
Thank you.
I love the different ways that each of us draw Kirby's, too. Like, Caden, yours had, like, Pikachu cheeks to it, and Ben's leaning into very super round shapes, and it's fun for such a simple design looking between... I like, drew most of my inspiration directly from Smash, but, like, making your own, really.
I just can't
Yeah.
draw a circle, so I had to go
Well,
with
you
a
saw me use the
deformed
shape tool for mine, so.
Yeah, I used the shape tool for my sketch and, like, drew over it freehand, and it still looked terrible for some of them.
This one took me a disproportionately long amount of time, but
That's because you have, like, nice painting to it. Make it look super 3D.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
you told us that your first Kirby took like half an hour.
yeah.
I see why now.
Gee,
This one was your baby.
this one I had some fun with.
No lines.
Yeah, that's cool, too. Oh, Mysterio?
Yeah.
Oh man, good guess. I don't know why I thought Ben was like blocking the drawing with a blue circle,
Yeah, I'm gonna hide it from you.
which makes no sense. Like how's he drawing underneath it?
Oh, that's how you draw, like, little cloudy stuff inside Norb. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do very good at this. You'll see me mess around with it for a while. I just took it from a reference at some point.
Reflective surfaces are just so hard to do.
God, they're awful.
Well, and there are like a dozen different shorthand ways to draw them too. If you look at artists throughout each decade, it's completely different every single time.
It always has to be stylized because otherwise it's impossible.
Rubik's Cube Kirby,
Yeah, what is this?
Tetris Kirby.
It's Tetris, yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
It's my video game Kirby.
That's actually really cool.
What is Tetris Kirby's power?
If he lands among other shaped Kirbys in the right line, they explode.
Awesome.
Okay. Can he like form like a 4-length, equidistant length row with like a person and like take them out of existence?
Yeah. But that'll be worth so many points, so it's worth it.
He's like the Chaozu of the Kirbys. I'm good for 1 death.
Well, no, it's a square Kirby, so he's good for 2 deaths. 2 rows there.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to remember that in the tournament.
Yeah.
What? It's a tournament. South Park.
Spoilers, Jesus. This one. I still hate this one. It's great.
South Park?
Yeah, is this a South Park one? Okay.
And I love how you like made each Kirby within the style.
Yeah, that was a thing when I was making mine that I was debating is a lot of the Kirbys, they keep just the generic Kirby face, and if you look in the Dreamland games and see the tree and stuff, they have their just generic face, and you add on a hat, a fin, some feathers, whatever. So I think Ben's doing a really good job with the building off of the style of each property, though.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun little art practice just to see how the different styles are created.
Yeah, this is like half the reason I agree to continue doing this show is because I never know what I'm going to be required to draw, and that
Yeah, it's always something weird.
it's a fun way to get outside your own head.
Yeah. This one. I just get more and more disturbing as I go. It's great.
What is
What's
it?
disturbing about it?
You'll see.
Is it Larry David?
It's a good guess.
Yeah, it's Danny
it may be a
DeVito.
bit hard to tell. It's Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Okay. Another instance where he's pretty much just Kirby himself to begin with.
You should have given like shine marks for like when he's greased up coming out of the couch.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
Now we have the special 6th Kirby.
Yeah,
This
the
one's
hidden
kinda
6th
oblong.
Kirby.
Is it even a Kirby?
Oh, no. It's a Kirby. It's pink. It's got black eyes.
Oh my god. Hank Hill.
Yes. Blushing Hank Hill Kirby. What's this Kirby's power?
To sell propane.
And
Yeah.
propane accessories. I mean, what else could it be at this point?
He just chucks a propane tank.
That would be pretty good. That's a strong power.
That's a solid lineup.
So we have 16 Kirbys. Ben, I heard something about a tournament. It was leaked. I heard an insider source told journalists that there was a tournament coming up.
Someone said there was going to be a tournament. So I guess now we have to have one.
Mm-hmm.
So I am preparing a bracket now that I know what all the Kirbys are, and we are going to have them fight each other.
Yeah, we have to see who drew the best Kirby, and the only way to really determine that is to arbitrarily decide which one would win in a fight.
Yeah. And trust me, it's going to be arbitrary. We're just going to decide on the spot.
All right, so for this first match, I'm gonna have to go with Arbiter.
Yeah, I don't think South Park can match up very well.
The good news is that South Park Kirby will probably come back to life in the next episode.
He's not great at fights, but he's great at surviving. So
Yeah, but I just don't see him taking the W on this one.
Yep, yeah.
Okay, so Arbiter wins that one.
All right.
But Advance Wars, it's a futuristic tank. It's pretty good in combat, I'd say.
Yeah, but how often do they deal with magic?
It's very much just regular soldiers doing regular soldier things versus magic, kind of at a disadvantage. So
And this is
Well, it's
just
not like real magic, but I feel like Mysterio would be able to outsmart them with his trickery.
I'm going to give it to Mysterio.
I mean,
Now, the Zoro I drew was post time skip, and he can definitely cut through any robot materials.
this is like cool lost technology, super advanced robots, sort of thing that we've never been able to recreate for 1,000 years.
I haven't seen past the Alabasta arc, but even with just that much, I don't think Zoro can be defeated.
Just full stop. Okay.
And post time skip, he's pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen how cool Zoro is. He's pretty cool.
I haven't
yeah.
seen how cool he is, but I hear he's pretty cool.
Who would
Next,
Who would win in a fight? A Tetris Cube Curb versus Office Curb?
The office is a collection of office supplies. I think like I don't really see how a Tetris Block could defeat a stapler, for example.
during the discussion during the time lapses, I did say Tetris Curb should get 2 instant KOs.
Good thing I drew 3 office supplies. Looks like the water cooler wins.
You know
You're
what?
right. Through sheer numbers.
That's fair.
I
You
think-
did. You drew a whole scene.
Wow, what an upset.
All right, these are both mine.
If you can make a case for Boo, like eating things and turning them into chocolate, then as being more powerful than cool light things, then
I think it really comes down to whether or not Starfire can dodge Boo's chocolate ray.
I don't think she can, honestly.
she flies-
I'm siding with Boo.
she doesn't fly too dissimilarly from Dragon Ball Z characters. So, yeah.
And
that's-
didn't that ray wreck them?
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Hank Hill.
I'm going to give it to Hank.
Yeah, it's Hank. I'd like to note that Galactus Curb's power is literally the same as original Curb's power. He just sucks things up, except at a grander scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Galactus Curb eats Earth, and Larry David lives on Earth. So
Yeah, I can't see Larry David getting out of it,
he would
honestly.
have to use his wits. That is
His wits,
possible. 'cause,
if
like,
you've seen Curb Your Enthusiasm, his wits do not get him very far.
So we have Spock's neck pinch and all the logic and stuff. What does Danny DeVito Kirby actually do?
He's a pure force of will.
Hear me out. Have you guys seen the show Smart Guy?
No.
I have no idea what that even is.
Pitch it to us.
Smart Guy is a Disney show about a kid who's a genius, and in one episode, he has to face against a computer in a game of chess. He loses handedly to the computer, but later on, he is able to challenge the computer to a rematch. And this time, he goes in with the tactic of unpredictability, and he makes random moves to confuse the computer and ultimately win. Danny DeVito's edge is exactly that. He's unpredictable. Spock doesn't know
He's
what
a pure
piece of
force of
furniture.
chaos that Spock cannot predict how he will
He
move.
has no idea what piece of furniture he's hiding in, where he's gonna burst out from, and he's gonna be greased up, so he can't get a good grip on him with the pinch.
Airtight
Honestly,
case
you
right
make a
there.
Great case for that.
Yeah.
Okay, Arbiter is well versed in spotting invisible enemies. It's a technology they possess, so he knows how to look for refractions in the light, and as soon as he does, the sword is an instant kill.
Yeah, I gotta say, Mysterio gets by on using fake future tech. Arbiter has real future tech, so I don't think Mysterio is gonna get out of this one.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Arbiter is specifically trained and equipped to deal with Mysterio.
Zoro versus the remaining of the of the office set.
I said just the water coolers left. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a case here. It might be a bit controversial, but I think Zoro could cut through a water cooler.
What if his swords rust?
I want Zoro to move forward just to see if Zoro can also cut through a propane tank.
Yeah, honestly, if his sword rusts, he's got 2 more. In fact, that's been proven in the show at some point.
Yeah, it's
so,
the
we're
office
fine.
tactic. You can take 2 kills.
I used my smart guy diatribe already. I can't defend the water cooler.
We made a show called Dumb Guy.
Well, there's
Just
a
pull
show
out
called
shows
That's So Raven. Hear me out.
Yeah, just pull out random shows that we know nothing about and use them to make your case. Like, you can just make stuff up and we wouldn't know. All right.
Zoro wins. So Hank is now a grizzled veteran. After facing against the Predator, he knows aliens exist. He's not going to be surprised by their power. He's going to take Boo seriously.
I'm thinking too, if Boo tries to eat one of the propane tank transformed into a candy bar items, that he'll get super gassy, and that'll put him at a huge disadvantage. So Hank, when he actually does close in, it's one punch and Boo's down.
You know what? You're right. I can't argue against that.
Hank Hill takes the W.
You have no grip argument here because Galactus just sucks him up. It's not a like it's not like an actually having to grab him or interact with, physically touch him situation.
The only way I see DeVito really coming out of this is he gets eaten, and then once he's on the inside, he makes us play.
Ooh.
How does he do that exactly? I mean, Kirby's insides is just his mouth, which connects
Isn't it like
to
an infinite dimension or something.
Yeah, well, is there a canon on that? Should any of us have researched any Kirby lore before coming into this?
It's actively better if we don't research it. So, honestly, I think Danny DeVito Kirby would be way too complacent. So he'd get eaten. He'd be like, okay, this is my chance, but then he kind of just get distracted by something
upon
else.
seeing his foe, he would probably just accept the loss and then spend the last minutes of his life drinking.
All right.
They are both swordsmen, so this is going to be a battle for the ages.
The energy sword is honestly, it's always a one-hit kill, right? So
Yeah, Zoro, he's known for taking a lot of hits and then coming back later in the battle.
if that logic holds true for Zoro, Zoro's definitely getting hit at least once each fight. So
That's the thing, though, because I think Zoro's nature trumps the laws of physics.
I mean, Zoro does have a famous quote where it's like, even if a man would die with all these wounds, I will not die.
Yeah.
So even if that sword kills you in one hit, I will not be killed.
I really think they would establish the fact that the sword is an instant kill, and then they would use that to make Zoro even more badass. Because he
You're
gets
right.
hit
That's
with
exactly
it.
how a One Piece fight with Zoro would go.
Yeah, and then he doesn't die.
In Smash Bros, I'm just imagining this as a baseball bat with a lunge feature to it. Just so overpowered for the Arbiter.
All right, Zoro's up to the final.
What does Hank even attempt to do against Galactus?
I think there are hundreds of examples of Hank being able to get through to someone in an argument, this being Kirby and not Galactus. Can Hank summon enough propane tanks to barrage Galactus Kirby with explosion after explosion as they're inhaled towards him?
I mean, if the thing in Human Torch can't do that effectively, I don't know if Hank Hill can.
I tried, guys. I tried to get Hank to the last round.
No, you gave it your best effort. You did very well, but honestly, I think Galactus Kirby wins it.
Yep.
Zoro Kirby versus Galactus Kirby. Who's winning?
So Zoro's fought some bigger enemies before, right? Like in Dressrosa, he fought against the castle guy.
Yeah, he was pretty big. He was about the size of maybe, like a quarter of an island.
Was he the size
Kirby's
of a moon?
Kirby's the size, Galactus Kirby's probably going to be the size of, I don't know, a moon or planet.
Earlier when I said Danny's play was going to be to make it from the inside.
Yeah.
I think Zoro could actually do that.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking Zoro doesn't have a direct counter to being sucked in, but from there, he has two swords left that he can just hack his way out of Galactus Kirby with.
It might take an entire arc, but I think he would find his way to the edge of Kirby's infinite stomach and cut his way out.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to stop that theory right there. He would absolutely get lost on the way to the edge of his stomach.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, there we go.
And it's one-on-one, so he can't use
Zoro
Nami.
Kirby's lost in there forever. I think Galactus has to win it therefore.
Woo!
What if he just went in a straight line?
Nope, he can't.
No,
he wouldn't.
If you read further into One Piece, you'll find out that that's as impossible
literally
as is his
impossible.
dying.
Damn.
I think Galactus Kirby has to win it because of that.
My goal with this whole thing was to make one of the underdogs win, but Galactus just stomps.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit unfair to have a cosmic entity like Galactus in this competition, even in Kirby form.
Combined with Kirby.
Majin Buu Kirby could have beat Galactus Kirby. It's a huge target.
Yes, you need the right team ups. Like a Spot Kirby would have been interesting because they're both cosmic. They both engage in cosmic battles, that sort of thing. But Galactus, he just had the right side of the bracket to make his way to the top.
I think we've reached a fair outcome here.
I'm okay with it. That Galactus drawing was really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, that means we get to show the Galactus drawing a bit longer, so I'll call that a win.
You guys want to wrap it up? Josh, you want to plug your podcast?
Yeah, Josh, do some plugging. Do it now.
So I do a podcast, Okay Hear Me Out, with my co-hosts Aaron and Bob. That is OKHMO on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, or stuffpop.com/OK. And I also post most of my art to Instagram.com/stuffpopcomics. If you want to check stuff out there.
Pop.
Yes.
Yeah, go follow Josh. Go listen to one episode of his podcast. Decide if it's for you or not.
Oh yeah, it's a
was-
comedy conspiracy podcast. It's a very certain niche, certain type of humor, and very irreverent at times. So yeah, give it a chance. But yeah, like
I
Kaden
imagine
says,
it's going
it
to
might
have a
not
niche
be for
appeal.
some people.
But I listened to an episode. I enjoyed myself, so give it a try. And you know what?
That's an endorsement.
I'm going to plug something too. You guys probably already know me as Kadin, and if you're not following me on Twitter, it's okay. That's not what I'm plugging. I'm just going to say I've been trying to do more commission work lately. So if you want to commission me, find me on Twitter or Instagram. Send me a message. We'll hash out the details. Thanks.
Dude, you should
Do it,
see the
hire
commissions
him.
he's done so far. It's really good.
All right, fine. If everyone's plugging their stuff, I'm going to plug myself. I'm trying to find some editing work. Get me to be an editor. Jesus.
Ben's actually being successful at that, though.
Yeah, you don't need the plug, Ben.
What do you mean being successful? I've not found a single paid work aside from this one god-awful channel that pays me like $1 per 3 videos that I need to produce within 3 weeks. It's awful.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't mention who that is to be professional.
I mean, while we're bleeping things out.
They're like, who's paying this man $1? Why did Ben accept that?
I thought it would be more, honestly, but anyway.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. This was a blast.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this was great. I really am glad you came up with this idea because it is a lot of fun. So
I hope it was fun to watch because I had a lot of fun making this video, both drawing it and talking about it.
definitely. Ben's gonna talk now that it's the end of the video. If you like subscribing, press subscribe. If you like liking, press like. If you comment. Patreon, the end.